Hey Cancer, welcome to your tarot session. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this reading finds you well, and I hope that the month of December is cozy, not too stressful. I know it's a big month for a lot of us, and I just hope that the readings I share are extra supportive. So again, thank you for being here and choosing to spend some time with me. Let's see, what is the general energy for you? Oh, okay. The Emperor's here, Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I love this. There's something that's coming up here for you, Cancer, and I just want to honor it. I don't know why it's coming up with the Emperor, but even if you're scared of something, it doesn't mean that it's bad for you. I think that this card is connected to Mars. It's a very intense energy. It invites us to take up space. It's a very, very masculine energy. And I always felt like the Emperor needs the Empress. It needs the balance of the feminine. It needs the Venus energy in order to feel complete. So I don't know. I feel like there's this fear that could be coming up throughout the month. The fear of missing out on something. You could be missing someone. You could feel like there's a part of you that's missing. There could be someone in your life that you just want to spend more time with. You kind of crave their presence, and it could be a little complicated right now. Things are definitely complicated, I feel, but you're doing way better than you think you are. And there's something about fear here. Again, I don't know why. It's like, notice what scares you, because your biggest success really is always waiting for you on the other side of fear. It's so easy to say that. I feel like it's something that I hear a lot, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And personally, last year, and I say this because my Mars is in Cancer, so picking the Emperor is so special for the Cancer reading for me. And last year, I got a little obsessed with identifying what scared me. And I really pushed through all of my fears, and it changed my life. There are things that I accomplished that I still cannot believe I've done. And in this moment, the Emperor feels like fear can only be a barrier right now. There are things that you are meant to do. There are bigger things waiting for you. And I feel like December is preparing you for this huge frequency shift. Like your frequency is about to shift completely. Okay, tell me more about this. It feels so specific, this message that I got, but... Okay, makes sense. Judgment. Listen, I just said your whole frequency is about to shift, and the Judgment card came through. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. So I know that when I pick such powerful cards, Judgment, Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, and there's the Five of Cups, it totally makes sense, because this is a card of grief. This is the feelings that come up when we deal with so much change. So here, the Judgment card is known to be the crossroad. To me, it really is when something from the past is being excavated. So we either receive information. We can also dream of something that happened in the past. There's something that come up that just shakes your whole world up. You're like, okay, wow, this is a lot of information, but actually I know it's for my greater good. It definitely feels like a gift. So I don't know if this is a confession, if this is someone finally apologizing, or you receive an official yes for a job, for a new apartment, for relocating, a passion project. This feels like a big yes, especially with the Ace of Pentacles. So if this is such a big gift and you're clearly ready to receive it, why is the Five of Cups here? Because again, there's going to be a lot of feelings coming up from the past. There could be a lot of doubts coming up, and your mind can invite you into, old beliefs like I'm not good enough, I'm not ready, I missed out on something. And I feel like with the Five of Cups, one of the most important things, because I've heard this so many times, and this is something that I never felt aligned with the traditional definition of this card. I'm sure that if you know the tarot a little bit, you've heard that. People saying, well, turn around and look at the 2 cups that are still standing. Why are you obsessing over the 3 spilled cup? Because sometimes this is the only thing we can do. Sometimes we have to sit with what is uncomfortable. We don't have to constantly focus on the good vibes only. We don't have to constantly turn around and look at what is present and what is still standing. Sometimes we need to talk about the things that were bad, were shitty, were, taken away from us. And I feel like we live in a time, and it feels like it's changing a little bit, but we're so afraid to take up space. And really, this is the lesson of the Emperor. This card says there's a place for you. There's a place for your feelings. And again, this is Mars, baby. It's like you are allowed to be pissed. You are allowed to let rage come up. And anger is the only feeling that we are obligated to let out. It's the only feeling. Everything else can be transmuted, can be transformed in some way, but anger, that Mars energy, that fire, it needs to be expressed, or else it will bleed in your relationship. It will affect you. It will eat you alive, my friend. So I just want to say, and I'm getting emotional because I feel like someone needed to hear that today. You are allowed to be pissed. You are allowed to be sad sometimes because of the things that did not work out, because of those 3 spilled cup. You are allowed to ask yourself, what if? What if I made different decision? What if I was with that person? What if I did not choose to do this? And I think that it's important and essential, especially for Cancer, to hold space, to make space for those uncomfortable feelings. And I feel like this is a practice to get vulnerable, to get uncomfortable. All 5s in the tarot are uncomfortable because they connect to change. So every time you see 5, any card that is 5, you want to look at the card that comes right after to kind of understand, get a feeling of what is changing. You are stepping in way more healing, way more beauty, way more sweetness, because what comes after is the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is a card of connection, nostalgia, reconciliation sometimes. It really is a card of healing. So there's something here that happened in the past that I feel like now you can see through the eyes of a more healed version of yourself. You're able to see that something was actually a gift. But again, you're still allowed to be pissed sometimes. Don't be too hard on yourself. I know that for Cancer, I know that a lot of Cancer get judged for how emotional they can be. And sometimes you just hide those feelings away. It's such an important, essential part of who you are. It's necessary to be careful who you choose to share those feelings with. Not everyone deserves access to you in your truth and your vulnerability, but I think that your magic, it lives there in that vulnerability, opening up. we have the Three of Cups. Interesting, because I said, you're allowed to look at those 3 cups that are spilled. And look at that. There's so much magic there. There's so much beauty there. It's all about perception. Something that happened in the past, something that you struggle with, and you might still be struggling with emotionally, it transforms in December. There's a reconciliation here with your past self, and it aligns with your present self and your future self. And the Three of Cups says, trust what comes next, even if you don't know what it is. This is my personal card for my guides. I know this is not everyone's interpretation of the Three of Cups, but I always felt like the Three of Cups was the invisible family. So to me, it's my guides, my well ancestors, the folks I pray to and connect with through the tarot and my magical practice. I don't know who those folks are for you, but they are supporting you. And they say, trust what comes next. Again, you're not supposed to know. What is at the heart of this reading? The moon, baby. This, this is, I'm sorry, I keep calling you baby, but it's all love for Cancer always. So at the heart of this reading, there's the moon, which you are ruled by the moon, Cancer. I constantly go back to this message because it is an essential part of the Cancerian energy. You are supposed to change. And I know that sometimes, again, Cancers are judged because they want something on Tuesday and then on Friday they don't want it anymore. Yes, the moon changes sign every 2.5 days. You are a cyclical being. You are the teacher to everyone else in the zodiac of how cyclical humans are. So the moon is the unknown. It's us on a surfboard riding the wave of uncertainty and having no freaking idea what comes next. I don't care how prepared you are. I don't care how, intuitive and predictive you are in your practice. You don't know. This is one thing we all have in common, Cancer. We don't know. So when we start accepting and surrendering really to the fact that life is uncertain, that everything is a spiral, everything changes, and that we are supposed to change, there's this freedom really, emotionally for you. I am present because this is the only thing I can control in life, is how present I am here in this conversation that I am having with someone. And sometimes really the practice of being present, again, it's a practice. We are supposed to practice it constantly, just like gratitude. And I've shared that before. A lot of folks, I hear that all the time. People say, I started writing down 3 things I'm grateful for every day when I wake up or whatever throughout the day. And that's cute. That's very cute and beautiful if that supports you. But gratitude and presence and all those things are practices because it's about constantly acknowledging that. It's not just this one time a day. It's a forever thing, and to do it as much as you can. Don't underestimate the little acts of kindness, Cancer. How you're complimenting someone at the grocery store, how you're smiling at someone at the coffee shop, how you're truly listening to someone that needs your attention, that wants to share something with you. That is where our power is right now. A lot of us are wanting to save the world. A lot of us are feeling so defeated right now. We're like, how can I help the collective? How can I make a difference? This is the only way, Cancer. How present are you? How compassionate are you with yourself and others? Again, because you understand that nothing is certain. You understand that you are just trying to stand on that surfboard and ride the wave of uncertainty. But again, with the Three of Cups, and this is a very amazing storyline here for you, because you are present, you are rooted, but again, you are still facing uncertainty with so much bravery and so much heart. But the Emperor is saying, again, even if you're scared of something, it doesn't mean it's bad for you. And that you don't need to fight the energy and the unknown. You need to learn how to dance, how to flow with it. It's not a fight, it's a dance. Okay. So the moon. The moon is shining a light on this Ace of Pentacles, it seems like. I want to know more about this ace. I feel like I've overlooked this ace. And the Emperor is connected to a new beginning because it's the sign of Aries. And Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So I want to know, what is this new beginning? Seven of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Two of Wands. And the Four of Cups. Okay, Cancer. Six of Wands, again at the bottom of the deck. And it was there when I started this session. So underneath it all, no matter what happens, there is success. There is a victory. A very, very powerful celebration. Your guides, your ancestors, the universe celebrating you here. Very interesting. So I felt this in the beginning when I saw the ace, when I saw the Judgment card. I felt like your whole life's frequency really was about to change. And it's interesting how we have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles that come up. So the sevens in the tarot and in general in numerology are about everything external. It's a constant reminder of how humans sometimes we need validation. Again, you are learning to surrender to something. You are learning to let go of control, to let go of the grip that is really an illusion, you know, this illusion that we are in control, that we can predict the future, that we can control other people. The Seven of Swords says you have enough right now. You are enough. You do enough. But your brain is telling you that that's not it. You need to do more. You need to change something about yourself. You need to reinvent yourself. You need to start over again. The swords are the brain, the nervous system, our ego. Here your ego is saying, you don't have enough swords. You have to go back. The brain is, again, time traveling. There's something that happened in the past, Cancer, that it's very heavy on your mind. It's very heavy on your mind. And I think that December is this final stretch and this final lesson of accepting what happened. And I think that whatever happened, it left a bitter taste in your mouth. It's quite unfair, is how I'm getting it. I have goosebumps all over my leg the second I said it's unfair. It really is unfair. Again, when I saw the Emperor, I felt like there was something missing. There's the sense of, where's the Empress? Where's my other half? I miss this person. I need this person to feel complete. And for others, it could be anything that is Venus related. I need more money. I need a nicer car. I need a better job. I need a better apartment. Whatever your brain is telling you that you need. Sometimes, of course, when it is about our essential needs to stay alive, of course, we're going to be stressed. There could be something essential in your life right now and you feel like you don't have enough of it. And it's starting to make you really anxious. There's change around that here. You're going to start slowly but surely seeing the fruits of your labor kind of show up, the seeds you planted in the past. Slowly but surely, there's going to start growing. There's going to be the first sprout of a seed, and you're like, okay, I can work with that. I can cultivate more hope right now. I can be a little bit more optimistic. Maybe I can start turning around and look at what I have instead of obsessing over the things I don't have. Because Spirit is saying, you have something right now that's right in front of you. And that is an essential part of your future, your destiny, and I don't even think you know it right now. It's not because you're not seeing it. I think it's because it's all about perception. But there's something that is present in your energy. It could be someone that's around you, a friend, that will be a future collaborator, for example. Or there could be, and I'm just giving you an example, like you have an old guitar, it's collecting dust, and then in 2025, you just pick it up and you start playing for fun. Or there's this old camera and then you start recording, or there's something in your space, something that already exists that will be a key of some sort. It will feel like energetically like a winning lottery ticket, but I think that right now you're not supposed to know. It really is about the perception and the lesson of, I have enough. I don't need to buy more stuff. I don't need to obsess over asking the universe, what do I need to know? Where is my biggest success? How am I going to get there? What is my purpose? I think that right now there's something within you and around you that it's simmering. The Two of Wands is exactly that for me. It's like the soup is simmering, you're adding all of the ingredients. You're going to have to be very patient, giving it time. It's starting to smell good. You're starting to feel hungry. You're like, no, I have to be patient. And in the Three of Wands, there's three wands rooted in the ground. It's like, okay, I can go. This is the green light. I can start eating my soup. I can share it. I can, of course, it's just a metaphor. But I love the soup metaphor for the 2 and 3 of Wands. And you can see this person and they have like the earth in their hand. They're holding the earth in their hand. We have this Ace of Pentacles here. We have the Emperor holding a staff. We have here a hand in the cloud, this Ace of Cups. There's something that you already possess, and it feels like it has no value now in this moment. And I think that you're going to be very, very surprised in 2025 how it was not about having more. It was about recognizing what was present. And we have the 4 of Cups. So look at that. We have the 3 cups here, the 3 cups of the 3 of Cups, and we have the 3 cups here that are spilled. So interesting. I love little details like that. So 333 could be a very important number for you. Did I just say 333 on the timer as I said that? I swear I think it was just 333 when I said that. So 333 is my favorite angel number. Again, it says, trust what comes next. There is something incredible that is about to happen for you. And the 4 of Cups says, can you make space for it? Just like the Emperor. Can you recognize that there's a space for you somewhere, that you don't need to reinvent yourself? You don't need to change anything about yourself. That there's something here that belongs to you. I think, again, it's about perception, and it's about this shift of frequency that I felt. The way you experience things, the way you react to things, and the way you surrender. It's really, the symbol I'm seeing really is a hand letting go of the grip. So if you're someone who meditates, who loves to do visualization, I would invite you to really work with that image of letting go of the grip of control and noticing when you are trying to control others, when you're trying to control what's happening in your life, to really look at yourself in the mirror and be honest around that. I'm trying to control my coworker. I'm trying to control my partner. I'm trying to control how I feel. When we are not tending to the grief and the difficult feelings, when we're hiding stuff, we're pushing the feelings down, we're trying to control something here. This is the biggest invitation here. Your whole life's frequency will change once you let go of the grip. Once you let the feelings come up. Once you say, I trust, I surrender. And I know it sounds very basic maybe for some of you. It is a practice. It really is. Especially this practice of saying, I am enough as I am. I do enough. I work hard enough. And maybe my brain is constantly saying, no, you could be doing more. You could be making more money. You could be working more hours. You could be doing this and that. That is all connected to old beliefs. We need a little bit less of the grind right now. This culture of the grind that is so outdated. Right now, we need to take care of our minds, body, and soul. We need to put the oxygen mask on ourselves first so we can be of service to others. So we can show up as leaders in our friend group, with our neighbors. We can be supportive if we let go of the grip of control. So this is a practice that I think is going to be so essential for you in December. And maybe right now you're listening to me and you're like, I don't know, Kim. I don't know, girl. And I would invite you to save this session and to come back to it a little bit later in December and see what comes up for you. That's the beautiful thing about the tarot and about, the reflection we're doing right now, the reflecting. It will transform. And sometimes the messages are going to sound completely different once you give it a little bit of time. But I think that there are very important messages here for you. Let's see what the Moon Witch Oracle has to say. Cancer. Again, I'm hearing 3, 3, 3. So I'm going to pick the third card from the top. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. We have cast a circle. Healthy boundaries are crucial for your growth. I'm not surprised. We have 4, 2 cards of boundaries. I'm going to be reading the booklet for this one. I absolutely love the booklet. Okay. Kindness towards others start with kindness towards yourself. Compassion for others begin with self-compassion. Setting healthy boundaries is a crucial step in any self-care practice. Having healthy boundaries not only helps you take better care of yourself, but it also allows you to be more reliable for others. Clear boundaries help you to tune into your real desires, feelings, goals, and needs. Boundaries are not just a sign of a healthy relationship with the world around you, but they're a sign of self-respect and self-love. Do not let your unclear boundaries hold you back from achieving your full potential. Give yourself the permission to set boundaries and work to preserve them. Trust your intuition, needs, and feelings. They are just as important as those of others. Do not be afraid to say yes or no to something or someone. Let go of the guilt. It is not serving anyone. Growth can be painful, but it is always necessary. And there's this lovely quote that I constantly share. Walls keep everybody out. Boundaries teach people where the door is. So again, 4 of Cups, a huge card of emotional boundaries, Emperor, all 4s in the tarot. And the thing about boundaries, and I feel like I could constantly talk about boundaries because they are so important, but they are not meant to be respected by others. And that's the shitty part of boundaries. If someone doesn't respect your boundaries, it is your job to say no more. And I always give this example, but if you tell your family, don't call me before 9 a.m. and they constantly call you before 9 a.m., but you choose to answer, you're the problem, my friend. People don't have to honor your boundaries. It's not their job. Boundaries are meant to be respected and honored by ourselves. They are for you, not for other people. And that is the biggest misconception. And again, with the 7-7, and I told you the sevens are really about this external. Sometimes we're pointing fingers. We're like, they don't respect my boundaries. They do this and they do that. Yeah, but it is your job to maintain them. So here in December, there could definitely be moments where you have to identify who benefited from you not honoring your boundaries. And how did you play a part in that? To really look at yourself in the mirror. And the moon, is the ultimate mirror. Every time I see the moon card, I think about the ocean. I think about the moon being reflected onto the ocean, and how sometimes we want to look outside of ourselves for answers. We want to point fingers, but the answer is right here. We have to take accountability, and it takes an emperor to do that. And this is where you are. And you can be very proud of yourself. I'm sending so much love. I'll talk to you guys next week. Until then, take exquisite care of yourself. Bye, Cancer.